All right. I just told the story, but I forgot to record it. So I'm going to tell it again. Once there was a Jewish man, a Hasid, and he was on the way to his Rebbe in Vitebsk for Yom Kippur. And he, for whatever reason, got delayed on the road and was forced to spend the night before Yom Kippur in some small town village. So he went from house to house asking people if he could stay by them, and they were anti-Semites, which is the part of the identity, the Ukrainian or whatever identity, to hate Jews. So nobody would let him. Finally, he found one house that agreed to let him stay overnight, but the owner of the house, he brandished this big sort of bat, and he said, "Listen, I hate Jews. I can't stand Jews, but I like money. I need the money. And because of that, I'll let you stay here. You can stay in the barn. I'll bring you a mattress in the barn. You'll stay in the barn. But I don't want any Jewish rituals, prayers, nothing Jewish in my house. Nothing. You people killed our Lord. You're evil people. If it wasn't for the money, I wouldn't just stay. You can stay here, but no, if I catch you doing any ritual, see this bath, you get it over your head." So the Jew said, okay. He paid him the money. It was 10 times the regular price, whatever it was, and he paid him the money. The Jew goes, gets his bed ready, and he lays down. When he lays down, so he says the evening prayer, but he says it in a way that the non-Jew, the Gentile, won't suspect that he's doing anything. He just says it to himself. About 11 o'clock in the night, suddenly he realizes that it's the night before Yom Kippur. And the night before Yom Kippur, there's a custom to do what's called kaparot. And kaparot means that you take a chicken and you swing it around your head and 3 times, and you say this sentence: "This is my forgiveness, this is my exchange, this," and then you slaughter the chicken, you give the chicken to the poor. It's a custom. It's been done for, who knows, 1,000 years, maybe more, by the Jewish people. It has deep Kabbalistic significance, but nevertheless, it's a strange custom, but that's the custom. The night before Yom Kippur. This year, everybody's going to do it Tuesday night. So he thinks to himself, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this thing? So he leaves the place where he's going, walking. He hears a yell from the house. "Where you going, Jew?" So I'm walking around. So he's walking around in the streets, and he sees a farmer over there. Says on the farmer, and he says to the farmer, "Listen, you got any chickens? I'll buy a stick of that chicken over there, that little chicken. I'll buy it from you. How much is it?" "You're a Jew. Five rubles. It's like 20 times as much." Says, "Okay, I'll buy that chicken. I'll buy the chicken. I'm going to come back in the nighttime. I'll take it." Good. Pays him the money. He goes back into his room and pretends like he's asleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, he quietly gets up, walks over back a few, who knows how long, 3 blocks, till he gets to that house, immediately recognizes that little chicken that he bought, takes the chicken and goes around and behind another barn, and he does the whole ritual. Zekaparasi, this, and he rises around, and then he's just about to slaughter the chicken. Suddenly he hears, he looks up, who is there? The person who rented him the house. "What are you doing, Jew? I told you no rituals." So the Jew doesn't know what to do. What's he going to do? Run away? He'll catch up to him. He's got this big bat, and he'll catch up. "What are you doing?" It's a Jewish thing. Listen, I'm not hurting anybody. I paid for the chicken. I just, it's a thing that Jewish people do. "Jews do this?" Says, "Yeah." "Nobody else does this?" "I don't know if anybody else does it, but I know the Jews do it. We do it before Yom Kippur." Says, "What are you doing it for? What is the purpose? Why are you doing it?" He says, "I don't really know. It's just a Jewish custom. We do it. What's happening to the chicken should happen to us." The Jew notices that the tone of this, his balabais, the one who rented him the room, is sort of changing, and he comes a little closer, and he notices that there's tears streaming from this guy's eyes. And so he said, "My grandfather used to do that." I said, "What?" Said, "My grandfather used to do that." Said, when I was a boy, maybe 2 years old, there was a big pogrom, and my parents got killed. My grandfather killed everybody, but they took me. And I was brought up in the church, and the church told me that I was a Gentile, that the Jews were the evil people. They were the source of all the problems in the world. And I believed that, Jews are terrible, and they killed the Lord. They did all these terrible things. And so that's what I believed, and I was brought up. But now I see you doing this. I remember that my grandfather used to do. I remember seeing my grandfather do that. And you say only Jews do it. And I can't figure out, why am I crying? Why does that make me cry? Because I love my grandfather. I was only 2 years old. So the Jew says, the Chassid says, listen, maybe you're a Jew. Could it be? I don't know. I'm a Jew. He says, listen, I'll tell you what. When the rooster cries at the break of dawn, me and you are going together to Vitebsk to see my Rebbe, and he'll sort this whole thing out. So it was. In the morning, early in the morning, the man told his wife, I'm going somewhere for a while. He went to the Rebbe. The Rebbe revealed that he was a Jew, and the person repented, left his wife and the family with the farm, gave her everything, and he became a chassid of the Rebbe. Maybe it was Menachem Mendel of Vitebsk, I don't know. How a chicken returned a Jew to his Jewish identity. Have a good day with Mashiach now.